Hello and good morning from beautiful Longboat Key. We have the moon setting in the back, and I'm Kimber. So I want to give you a couple mobility things that I love to do anywhere that I am. And these are CARs, controlled articulated rotations of the joints, which help to mobilize and activate all the muscles surrounding a joint. And if you do them thoughtfully, it will really build your strength as well as your flexibility and control, so you have ownership of motion. So let us start with a hip car. We're going to be on elbows and knees. Also, you can do this on hands and knees if the elbows and knees doesn't work out for you. But the elbow position is a little more helpful for locking your torso in place. So we're going to start here with right knee driving into your chest, squeezing on the right hip flexor. So the goal is to keep the spine steady and squeeze that knee in as tightly as we can to your chest, while at the same time shoulder blades are drawing down from the ears. Right knee lifts up to the right. Try to feel your outer right hip turning on without shifting your pelvis left. You'll find your pelvis wants to move left, and you're gonna do your darndest to avoid it. Shift hips slightly right instead. Internally rotate, bringing your ankle above your knee. This will feel like even more outer hip turning on. You'll need to depress your right shoulder blade away from the ear towards the hip. The knee circles up and back. We're going slow. We're squeezing on the hamstring here. My hamstring is literally in cramping mode right now. Shoulder blades keep depressing. Square off your hips to the ground. Now you don't want to go so high that your spine loses its shape. So I could extend my leg further, but that's not great because I want to keep the core braced in tightly. Knee circles off to the right side of your body. Try to keep your ankle vertical above your knee. So your shin bone is trying to remain vertical for a while here. Externally rotate. The knee is lifting. The knee is coming to the side. My shoulders want to give up, but I keep depressing them away from the ears. The knee circles around towards the chest, squeezing it in towards the chest, and then relaxing out of that. So that was just one side. We'll also tackle side two, of course. And these things, they don't have to take long, but the key is you need to fully engage. And over time, by practicing these motions, you can get better and better at getting a little bit more range while still keeping your core and shoulders braced very well. So here we are, side two. Elbows down, elbows directly under shoulders, knees under hips. Remember, you can do high position of your arms too. That just gives you a little too much sway for some people. And we'll squeeze left knee into chest. As it's going forward, we're basically making a giant circle, right? So we're gonna start taking the knee forward and left. It's not just going straight to the left, it's arcing to the left. As it's lifting to the left, our outer hip turns on. Oh my goodness, the pelvis wants to rotate. And then we're internally rotating the left thigh bone to get your knee below the foot, the ankle above the knee. And then we're squeezing on the hamstring the whole time here. Knee goes around behind the left glute. Try to get your knee directly in back of the left glute. Once again, you don't want to have it so low that you're being lazy, but not so high that you're getting lost or extending your spine. From here, I'm still cramping on the left hamstring. I also feel a lot of left inner thigh. I'm working that left adductor. Knee goes off to the left. As the leg arcs around, as it hits a little blockade, we externally rotate really slow. Everything here is millimeter by millimeter, trying to control it. Knee coming around to the left armpit, to the left chest. Squeeze it on in and relax it down. And that was your hip car. It can be done in a variety of planes of motion too. So you can do it side lying, for example, where the knee would come forward and around this way. You can do it standing, which I love. And that's it for your hip car. Thanks for taking this quick, less than 5-minute journey for the hip. I'm Kimber. See you soon. Hey and welcome. I'm Kimber Domke, and we're going to tackle an ankle car next. So people often neglect the lower leg. They'll tell me sometimes their shins or feet or calves are hurting, but they rarely are doing much beyond some very basic stretches to help that out. So we're going to tackle a ankle car right now. ways to position yourself for this: you could be seated so that your ankle, your hand, your outside arm is under the leg, so right arm under right leg, and holding onto your foot. You can also do this lying down. We're gonna do this side seated, and then just for an example, I'll do side 2 lying down. So how much can you flex your ankle on? Posture is good, arm is under leg, we're holding onto your shin, flex the leg hard. We're going to move our toes to 1 o'clock on a clock. We're moving our right toes slightly to the right, and we're trying to feel the anterior tibialis muscles of our shin squeezing on. Now this hand is bracing the shin bone so that we try not to let the shin bone shift around. We're taking our toes over to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, down to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, pointing it really hard. The whole point of this is you got to work the muscles hard through every aspect of the range. We're keeping everything stable and working through the ankle joint and all of the surrounding musculature. So in our point, we should feel a little more calf strength. As we go to 7 o'clock here, we're going to feel a little more stretch on the outer shin. I start to feel the foot cramping, the arch of the foot. We're going over to 8, 9. Ooh, I'm feeling a good stretch across the opposing side of the ankle. 10. I know my shin bone wants to shift. I'm holding it my best. 11. 12. We're back up at 12 o'clock. Now we've got to reverse the direction of this circle. You only need to do one of these. If you do it well, it's waking up your joint, it's engaging the muscles, and you're really tiring yourself out. So the hip car especially, you know, that one can get you into a sweat, but even this one, could your posture be better? Could your shoulder blades depress? We're over at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Ooh, getting that stretch. I can tell I need that. 8, 7, 6, 5. Here's some tricky spots. 4 for me. 3, the ankle rarely goes into these ranges. 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, back up to 12. Squeezing it on harder, feeling the shin work. That can help you in things like squats, and relax as well as just walking more efficiently. So side 2, just for a change of pace, I would definitely recommend doing both sides in the same posture, but if you want for today, we'll look at side 2, lying on the back. So lying on the back, you can just relax one leg, squeeze the other leg into chest, and we're at 12 o'clock with your foot. Go into 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Take it slow. By the time I'm getting to 6, I'm feeling a lot of calf. And it's really this circular sort of engagement going around the calf, stretching the calf as the shin works, and vice versa. Now the foot may start to cramp up, and that's good. You want your foot to be able to handle more engagement through more range, but just stay on the edge of your cramp rather than going into a full-blown spasm that stops you dead in your tracks. Here we are at 5 o'clock. 4, I'm feeling some very interesting calf activation. 3, this is where you'll feel maybe some outer ankle stretch, maybe some arch of your foot turning on. 2, 1, back up to 12 o'clock, squeeze on the shin, hold it, squeeze it, and relax it. And that was your ankle car. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kimber, and